Assalamu alaikum students.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you students? Students, I am going to mute you. If you have any question, you may raise your hands. Okay students?
Assalamu alaikum, miss.
Walaikum assalam. Okay students, I am going to mute you all. If you have any question, you may ask and raise your hand. Okay students, today we are going to start the important points of empirical and molecular formulas. Now, okay students, are you able to see the screen? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What is an atom? Students, in previous classes you have learned about what is an atom and how do we define an atom. You know that atom has two parts, outer part and inner part. Inner part is known as nucleus, which has two proton and neutrons, while the outer part is known as outer orbit or shell, which contains an electrons. The structure of atom is like that, which has at the center, which has the nucleus, while the outer part contains the orbit or shell, which has the electrons, which are negatively charged ions. Students, who was the Moseley? Moseley was a scientist who gave an idea about the atomic number of an element. But basically, what is actually the atomic number? How do we define atomic number and mass number? Okay. So anybody knows about what is an atomic number and mass number? Yes, very good. So Bisma Noor and other students are giving the responses that outer orbit is known as valence shell. Yes, and all the chemical reactions are based on the number of electrons in the valence shell. Very good. Now, students, how do you define atomic number and mass number? Can anybody tell me the answer of or define the atomic number or mass number? Yes, Bisma Noor is replying that the number of protons is called atomic number. Very good. Students, in previous chapter we have discussed about an atom and its properties. As we know, every atom has two numbers. Okay, and then these numbers are known as atomic number and mass number. And what are basically the atomic and mass number? How can you define them? Let's see. The atomic number or number of protons is the identity number of an element. Actually, atomic number is the number of, it is a number and it is the number of protons. As you know that every atom has the protons in the nucleus, and how many number of protons, they tells us about the atomic number. For example, if any atom has the 12 protons, it means that its number is, its identity is also 12. If any atom has the identity number of protons are 3, so its identity is 3. So it means that number of protons are very important. It tells us about the identity of an atom. And what is the mass number? The mass number or the number of protons plus neutrons are the number of electrons, or the mass number. What is the mass number? Mass number is actually the, yes, what is, yes, any question? Yes, if Rahul Islam, the number of protons determines an atomic number and it is used to distinguish one element from the another. Together, the number of protons and the number of neutrons determine an element's mass number. Very good, excellent response from the Rahul Islam. Yes, if Rahul Islam give the correct answer. Actually, let's suppose if I give you an example, if I have an element and if I give you two numbers, atomic number and mass number of that element, and I tell you that identify the that element. How can you identify that element? By its number of protons or by its atomic number. Okay students, in front of you there is a slide in which they are representing the how can we represent atomic and mass number, these two numbers. One number is the identity of an atom, that is the atomic number, and other number is the mass of an atom. There is a X. What is the X? Chemical symbol for the element. Let's suppose X is any kind of element and every element has two numbers as I told you before, A and Z. A is the mass number, A, and A, what is the mass number? Actually it is the number of or summation of number of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, and it is represented by the capital letter A, and it is in the superscript. While what is Z? We have discussed earlier, it is the atomic number, and it is atomic number means number of protons are basically the atomic number, and capital N number of neutrons, showing the number of neutrons. Understood students? Every atom or every element has two numbers, atomic number and mass number. Okay, let's suppose students, if I give you two numbers, atomic number, mass number of two elements. Let's suppose two elements A and B, and both have the masses. One has the mass 12 and one has the mass 13. Can you identify which elements are these? Can you identify both elements by their mass number? Yes, students. If you have the answer, raise your hands. Aisha Arif, according to Aisha Arif, we cannot identify the element by showing or by giving its mass number. Yes, Tayyib Abasi. Yes, Tayyib Abasi. Fiza Irfan. I have unmuted you. You can reply or give your answer. Yes, Tayyib Abasi. Yes. Yes, Fiza Irfan and Tayyib Abasi.
Miss, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Miss, we can identify the element by its atomic mass because every element has
Atomic
different atomic masses.
atomic mass. Can we identify an element by its atomic mass? Atomic mass means mass number, because they are telling the mass number of an element. Can we identify any element by its mass number?
Mm, Miss, I think
Just
yes.
just think about it. We can identify an element by its atomic number. Atomic number. We cannot identify any kind of element by its mass number, by its atomic mass, because
Okay, Miss.
mass of same element may be different due to the isotopes. Inshallah you will learn in chapter 2 ahead. But just remember this moment is that atomic number, by its atomic number only we can identify. If I give you to an element and if I give you the number of atomic mass number of both elements, and I give you a task that find the actual element, write the names of these elements, your answer would be we cannot identify these elements because we don't have their identity. Until unless we get the atomic number, we cannot find the, or we cannot exactly tell see what is the element it is. Understood? Okay students, any problem regarding this atomic number and mass number? Atomic symbols. Okay, students, atomic symbol means the symbols of an element or the symbol of an atom. Okay, students, around 118 elements has been discovered, yes, and they are systematically arranged in the periodic table, and every element has its own symbol. Yes, Aisha, Arif, which is its atomic number, ma'am? No, ma'am, there is no problem. There is no problem. Yes, Aisha, Arif, do you have any? Okay, okay, it's okay. I have understood. Yes. Okay, students, every element has its symbol, elemental symbol, and and atomic shows the mass number and atomic number. Give the symbol of the element. For example, we have an element sodium. By its symbol, sodium, it shows that it is an element that has a sodium, and sodium has a symbol Na, and sodium dash 23. It shows its mass number, and it has two numbers. You can see the two numbers 11 and 23. In 11 it is written atomic number, and in 23 it is written mass number. It means that every element has two numbers, atomic number and mass number, but we identify an element only and only by its atomic number, not its by mass number. Mass number tells us only about the like number of protons and number of electrons inside the nucleus or mass of an atom. Yes. Next, how do atoms combine to form compounds? Yes, students, how do elements combine? Students, elements combine to form. How do elements combine? To form, elements combines together to get the stability. Because atoms are unstable, so to get the stability, they combine together and to form the different compounds and molecules. Students, one question, I think Tayyib Abasi has raised his hand. Yes, Tayyib Abasi. Yes, Tayyib Abasi, I have unmute you. Do you have any question to ask? Yes, Tayyib Abasi, do you have any question? I have unmute you. If you have any question, you may ask me. Okay, students, molecular compounds. So after when atoms combines together, they form molecules or compounds, and after formation of compound, they have their specific formulas, which shows that how do they combine and to form a compound. In front of you, there are some molecules. Example of some molecules: methane, ammonia. There are different kinds of atoms. Water, they combine together. Carbon dioxide gas, they combine together and they form molecules or molecular compounds. Okay, now next is, yes, there is another molecular compound that is showing that different kinds of atoms systematically and through the chemical bond they combine for getting the stability and to form a compound, and their compounds as elements have their specific symbols. Similarly, after the formation of compound, they have their specific formulas. Okay, next, now students, today our main topic of discussion is chemical composition, empirical and molecular formulas. After the formation of a compound or molecular compound, every molecule has its specific formula that is known as molecular formula. Understood? Every like elements, every element has its atomic symbol or its symbol that is known as atomic symbol. Similarly, after the combination and formation of molecules through the chemical bond, they form the compound, and their molecular compound have their specific formulas. And their formulas, there are two types of formulas. One is true formula and other is the false formula or not actual formula. So students, they have the compounds have the two types of formulas, or you can say that they have the two types of it's a representation. One is the molecular formula and the other is the empirical formula. Okay, next, Yes, student, what is the molecular formula? Molecular formula meaning formula that shows the actual number of atoms of each element that are present in a molecule of the compound. Okay, students, what is the molecular formula? After the formation of the compound, when different kinds of atoms join together, they form a compound, and their compound has a specific formula, and that formula is a molecular formula, which shows that how many atoms I have joined together to form this type of formula. For example, there are few examples in front of you, molecular formulas and their compounds, like methane, CH4. CH4 methane is a molecular compound, and it has the name is methane, while its formula, if you look at this, it has the formula CH4. Formula it This formula tells us about that how do these different elements combines together to form the methane, to give us a methane. For example, CH4, by CH4 we can identify or check that it has CH4 has the one carbon, while the four hydrogen atoms or element, four hydrogen atoms combines with the one carbon atom, and they form the methane. The second is ethane. Ethane has the formula C2H6. Okay, students, C2H6, and it is the actual formula, molecular formula, which tells us about the amount of an atom combines together and to give the such type of compound. Ethane gives us it has the two carbon atoms and the six hydrogen atoms combines together to give us the ethane formula. Number next is water. Water has the H2O formula, which tells us about the two hydrogen atoms combines with the one oxygen atom to give us the water. Now, students, next is benzene. Benzene has the formula C6H6. Benzene. It is the molecular formula, true, exact, actual formula of the benzene formula is C6H6, and it tells us about the six carbon atoms combines with the six hydrogen atoms to give us the ethene in benzene. Now, acetic acid. Similarly, acetic acid formula is CH3COOH, and we can also write this acetic acid formula by this way, C2O2 and H4. Okay, it is also the molecular formula or true formula or actual formula. Yes, students. Yes, Hasib is six carbon and six hydrogen in benzene. Yes. Okay, understood, students. Now it's understood. Have you understood about that? What is the formula? After the formation of the compounds, and these molecular compounds have their specific formulas, which tells us about the actual atomic composition of an elements, and they combines together to form the compound. Now, next is you have an few molecules and with their formulas: oxygen, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, methane, ozone. They are the air molecules, and they are molecule, they have their chemical name and chemical formulas as well, and they are the true formulas of their molecules, and you know that true formulas are known as molecular formulas and actual formulas. True formulas, actual formulas, and molecular formula, they all have the same meanings. Now, what is empirical formula? Now, students, we have discussed in detail what is the molecular formula, but what is basically the empirical formula? Empirical formula has derived from the molecular formula. The empirical formula represents the smallest ratio of atoms present in a compound. Smallest ratio of atoms present in a compound. Empirical formula tells us the smallest ratio, simplest formula, while the molecular formula gives the total number of atoms of each element present in one molecule of a compound. Okay, students? Yes, students, I will give you a time. You may ask any question, but before that, I would like to show you and explain you the difference between empirical and molecular formula first. Students, empirical formula has derived from the molecular formula, and it is the very simplest formula, but it is not actual or true formula, because it does not tell us about the actual composition of element. It just tells us about the simplest and smallest ratio of atoms present in a compound. The empirical formula is the simplest formula, and the molecular formula is the true formula. You can write somewhere else, and you must learn these due to learn the difference between the empirical and molecular formula. Molecular formula, actual formula, true formula, while the empirical formula is the simplest formula and not a true formula and not an actual formula. Okay, students, any problem? Now, students, another explanation regarding the empirical formula. In empirical formula, the lowest whole number ratio of atoms in a compound is used. For example, benzene. The actual formula of benzene is C6H6, has an empirical formula CH. Students, you know that actual formula, molecular formula of benzene is C6H6, but its simplified formula is, or smallest whole number ratio formula of benzene is CH. It means that actual formula or molecular formula tells us about the total number of atoms combines together to form a molecular compound, but empirical formula tells us about the number of atoms, and a number of different number of atoms combines together, and they are the simplified formulas and they are not actual formulas. And one other important thing is that by the empirical formula we cannot judge the exact molecular compound, like as from the mass number we cannot identify the element. Similarly, by the empirical formula we cannot identify the molecule or molecular compound. Yes, students, do you have any question? Okay, yes. Okay, students. Now, students, similarly, acetic acid has the formula C2H4O2, while its empirical formula, simplified formula, smaller ratio number of atom is CH2. It tells us about the number of what is the ratio between these elements to form the compound, desired compound. A ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1, while in benzene ratio is 1 is to 1, while in acetic acid ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. That tells us how when you want to make this compound, what ratio would you be required to make this compound. Now next is propane. C3H8 has an empirical formula of C3H8, a ratio of 3838. It means that its molecular empirical formula both are same. Why both are same? In benzene and in acetic acid, you have learned that they are simplified formulas. We can convert or simplify the actual formula from the empirical formula. But propane, in propane, you can see that its empirical and simplified formula, they both are same because they cannot be further simplified. So, students, there is another important information is that those compounds which cannot be further simplified, their empirical and molecular formula would remain same. Okay, students, any confusion regarding this? You may ask questions. Now, students, I am giving you 5 minutes. You may ask questions. Anything regarding this empirical and molecular formula, you may ask any question. Okay, I think no confusion at all. Okay, students, I am going to, yes, Hamna Asim. Yes, Hamna Asim. Yes, Hamna Asim, I have unmuted you. You may ask question if you have any question. Yes, you can write the definitions from the book, and these are the actual definition. You may follow the book's definition. It's very important with examples. Okay, students. Okay, I'm going to stop my lesson over here. Inshallah, in next class I will continue it, and we will give lot of problems regarding this. Okay, students. Yes, any question? Yes. Inshallah, I will on WhatsApp group. I will tell you or inform the exact timing of the other class. Okay. Okay, students. Allah Hafiz. Take care. Hmm.